Hey, you guys, welcome to the stream. First of all, just want to thank the Fit Cosplayer for leading yet another marathon. So make sure you follow him. His link is in the comment down below, as well as the next person who is coming up, Dr. Giro. So make sure you take a look at the pinned comments. Feel free to, at any time during the next 20 minutes you're with me, just hop over to the pages, give them a follow. Make sure you follow the Fit Cosplayer because this is the reason why we're doing this. This is his marathon, so feel free to hop over and follow him. So next time we do one of these marathons, you'll be in the know. And also, make sure to follow Dr. Giro. So that way, when I'm done here, you can easily jump over to his, hop over to his profile, and you can continue the stream. In addition, also please follow my side business, Stitched Up Body Works. So that's actually where we're at right now, we're actually in my home office. So please feel free to give that a follow. You can also find it on Facebook and TikTok on those Stitched Up Body Works, all one word. Um, Also, feel free to also follow Jiminy Kids, the gym where I am the particular ninja coordinator for a gym up in Forest Ranch. So please feel free to give us a follow. There's a reason why it's the longest running gym in San Diego, and we'd like to show you why. So, without further ado, again, thank you everyone for joining me on the stream, on this live. As people trickle in, I'm just gonna kind of talk about what the purpose of this marathon is. The purpose of this marathon is to talk about myths, misconceptions, and just in general talk about personal, how one personally integrates nutrition, fitness, and exercise into their daily life. So that's what I'm going to talk about. Because a misconception that I feel often, especially towards, directed towards me, is that, oh, there's a reason why you're so fit. You do it as a living, or it's easy for you to stay fit since you teach all day. You basically work out every single day, which that's exactly it. That second one. It's because I do it every day. So that's kind of what I'm going to talk about here today is consistency. Not just consistency, but also how you can easily integrate a stretch or a workout into any aspect of your life, every aspect of your life. Um, so that's actually it's actually one of that's actually the four things. Excuse me. That's actually the four things I'm going to talk about today. How to integrate, how I personally integrate it into my everyday life. Because for those of you that do not know, I was one of the pioneers in the San Diego parkour community. So you guys all know Ultimate Tag Challenge. You guys all know Ninja Royal, but before that was a thing, it started off around 2006, 2007 with myself and a handful of other people. So shout out to Lonnie Tisdale, Paul Whitecotton, um, Daniel Osbald. All of us were there in the beginning at Balboa Park doing parkour and free running just kind of on our own time before this was a big thing. And that was a little bit over 10, 15 years ago. So um, over that 10, 15 years, I've learned to look at the world a little bit differently. You know, I've learned to look at the world as my gym. Everything and anything can be used as gym equipment. Anything and everything can be used as a workout. So that's kind of what I'm going to talk about today. Is I'm going to talk about that, and I'm going to talk about how to integrate a workout into your morning routine. So this is literally before your coffee. This is while you're still in bed. As soon as you wake up, try to do this exercise, try to do this stretch, and it'll actually boost the effect of your coffee or whatever it is that you drink in the morning, because it's helping with blood flow. I'm going to talk about a stretch or a workout that you can do in the middle of your day. So, to help kick that mid morning slump, especially in terms of like our lunch breaks. That's when, after our lunch break, that's when a lot of us start to hit a wall. And I'm going to talk about a stretch or a workout that you can do right before bed. So, I'm going to talk about those four things. And yeah, let's go ahead and get started. So, hello, everybody in the chat. Thank you, Modified Alliance SD. I think you're pretty cute as well. Hey, what's up, the Fit Cosplayer? Thank you for that introduction. Kind of wish I was able to eat whatever that was you were cooking, but yeah. So, and yeah, just How's it going, everybody else in the chat? Thank you for tuning in. And yeah, let's go ahead and get started. So, my personal experience, like I said, I'm a career parkour and free runner. Um, I've been doing it, well, I've been formally doing it for about 15 years now, but obviously my family and friends that are watching me, that have known me all my life, know that I've done this my entire life, which is exactly where a lot of this stems from. Growing up, I could just never stay on the ground. I was always climbing on things, always jumping on things, always, flipping. So that's kind of where a lot of this came from. So when parkour, free running, made, its emergence here in the States around 2006, 2007, um, on YouTube with Urban Ninja, Urban Climbing, Russian Climbing. So, when those types of videos came out, I looked at them and said, I do that. Not that they weren't impressive in their own right, but, I didn't really look at it as extraordinary as other people did. So yeah, that's my history with it. Like I said, it all started 2006, 2007, Balboa Park. All a group of us would be there, training in the Butterfly Garden, Organ Pavilion. I'm pretty sure a couple of you have probably come across that at some point. But yeah, so that's how it all started with me. Around 2008, that's when I got my first teaching job, teaching the skills that I developed at Balboa Park to, and started teaching it as a recreational sense. So what I taught wasn't just the movement skills, but also how to integrate it into just how you see the world. A lot of people think that, oh, you have to go to a gym to work out, or you need specific equipment to work out. No. Which that's a completely different video. I'll get into that at another time, talking about how to use different household objects as different household objects, different different equipment that we all have at all different particular jobs. So like I might do a video down the road about how to integrate items in your garage as workout equipment. So you can use jack stands as lifts. You can use the jack itself as a weight. But again, that's a different video. Um, so yeah, so over those 10, 15 years I've been teaching, I've learned, and I'm hoping I'm also teaching future generations to look at the world a little bit differently. Look at everything as an opportunity to work out. Look at everything as an opportunity to just use it as something more than what it just is. I completely forgot where I was going with that. But anyway, so yeah. So moving on. So I'm gonna go through first an exercise that you can do right out of bed. So that's the reason why a lot of people have that kind of mentality that, oh, like, don't talk to me before my coffee, because that's exactly it. When they drink coffee, they get coffee, tea, mushroom water, whatever it is that they drink in the morning to give them that mid-morning boost. That's exactly what it is. It's increasing blood flow. It's causing them to become alert. So that's actually an exercise I'm going to talk about right now. It's an exercise that's going to wake you up, which this can be done, like I said, immediately as you wake up. When you wake up in the morning, right before you get out of bed, what I want you to do is, or at least what I want you to try is, just look back. Let me scoot the camera back so you can see a little bit more. So, what you want to do is, assuming you just woke up, you're just laying there, I want you to do a couple ab exercises. So, first one you can do is just literally a reverse crunch. So, if you're just laying there, hands behind your head, you don't need to lift your chin up. You can just lay there, feet straight out in front of you, knees bent, whichever you prefer. Bring it up to your hips, and then back down. If you happen to be, like I am, laying on the outside of the bed, you can let your legs hang. Otherwise, like I said, you can make your legs straight, then just up and down. You don't have to go into a full crunch unless you want to. You can do a little bit of a rock and roll. That's also a good one. But like I said, you're just doing a crunch. Arms in, up and down. Or you can also just legs straight up in front of you and just try to do some reaches, which you can integrate an arm exercise into it. So you can flap up, you can flap forward. But as you see, you don't necessarily need to touch your toes. You're just reaching as high as you can, engaging your core. Which, see, just that in itself, I'm getting a little bit of a ball. Which, doing that, it's gonna help wake you up. It's gonna increase your blood flow, gonna cause a little bit of a heart rate increase, and there you go. You're ready to get up out of bed, and you're ready for whatever else you're gonna do afterwards. So that's the false exercise. That's just a sample, okay? Obviously, I can do a whole stream on out of bed exercises, on bed exercises, you know, especially those of us that are suffering from the virus, you're bedridden. Again, I'll probably do that in the future, especially now that I'm getting more motivated to start making videos again. So, yeah, I might do a whole separate video on that. Exercises that you can do from bed or from, you know, your couch or whatever it is. Because, you know, I know a lot of us, you know, especially me, because I caught the virus right around New Year's, and yeah, even up to now, I'm still feeling the effects of the fatigue. But, yeah, moving on. So, that was an out of bed exercise. Now, a couple exercises that you can do in the middle of the day. So, especially around lunchtime, that's when a lot of us start hitting a wall, and it's mostly because we had just eaten lunch, so our blood sugar is spiking. So it's kind of that energy drink effect where, you drink your Red Bull, your Monster, your Bang, whatever, and your blood sugar spikes and then it drops. So kind of the same effect here, but it's obviously not as it's not as drastic, since obviously we're not, you know, in taking so much sugar, but it's a very mild effect. That's why it doesn't hit you all at once. It slowly starts to creep in on you. Well, you know, you'll have lunch, and like, all right, cool, you know, I just had my lunch, clock back in, start walking, and then you just slowly start feeling your energy levels going down, which doesn't make sense because you just ate. Why would your energy levels be dropping? Well, it's just that, your blood sugar. So what this is going to do is, again, it's going to kind of increase the blood flow a little bit, get whatever nutrients you just intaked, you know, kind of flowing through the body. And like I said, it's going to kind of help loosen you up a little bit and kind of mellow out that mid-morning slump. Because obviously, depending on what you do, it may, you know, obviously you can't fully, reawaken yourself. But like I said, this is the intention of this is kind of just kick that mid-morning slump. So what it is, this is going to be specifically for people who sit down most of the day. So if you work a desk job, this is for students. They're at their desks all day. So these are exercises that you can do from sitting, or you can also do these, like I said, if you're on your lunch break, you know, if you're able to go outside, you know, students, if you're able to go out in the foyer, these are exercises that you can do, you know, both while you're sitting and also just if you just happen to be out during the midday. So the first one is going to be for if you have access to an open space. So in this case, this is for the students. If you're in between classes, if you can find, you know, an open space in the grass or something, just have a seat in the straddle like so, which in my case, I can't really fully spread out, but as you can see, take my sandals off here, my toes are facing up. So what you don't want to do is do this. So you don't want your toes to roll out, which if I widen myself out a little bit, can't really be helped since I'm also on the edges, but as much as you can, try to pull your toes up. You can also point them, but again, everything faces up. Then just reach down as far as you can, like so. So reach as far as you can. Try not to drop your chest, okay? So what I like to do is actually I like to look straight ahead, or I like to look about a foot ahead of my fingers, because that's going to help me keep my chest up, and it's going to keep my shoulders from rounding. So also while you're holding this, you can also point and flex. And for my desk walkers, if you don't have access to an open space, this could also easily be done standing. So you could, from a standing position, straddle stand, and then just let your arms hang as much as you can. Okay, So like I said, you can also integrate a point and flex. And then another exercise is a over and reach. So again, if you're standing, leave one hand hanging down. If you're able to put that hand on the ground, great. If not, like I said, you can just leave it hanging. Other arm reaches up and over. So what both of these do is that not only does it stretch your hips and your lower back, but like I said, it helps promote blood flow in those areas. Which, I don't know if you guys heard that, but over the course of me doing that, my back cracked a couple times. So, like I said, that's a good exercise to do for my desk workers or the students out there that are sitting at a desk all day. So that's for a lot of people who sit down all day, lower back, shoulders, which, yeah, that's another one. So speaking of shoulders, another good exercise you can do is this. So what you can do is, let me scoot this back again. What you can do is, you can go hands on the table, eyes in front of you, and then just drop your chest. You can cat stretch like so. So if you're able to let your head hang off the table, so you can put your hands on the edge here. So if I do that, if I scoot that all the way this way, hands down, head through. Then depending on how you want to do this, it's going to do a different stretch. So if you want, you can drop your head. That's a good stretch for the middle and the tops of your shoulders. Or, like I said, you can keep your eyes up. And then that's a good stretch for your chest and the fronts of your shoulders. So that's a good exercise for people who sit down at a desk all day, or just sit in general. Or like I said, that's also good just for in general. You're looking for a little mid-morning, mid-morning boost. That's a really good exercise because it loosens up the more the areas of your body that end up getting a lot of tension. So back, shoulders. For that very reason, a lot of us have poor posture, or like I said, for my desk workers, you tend to tense up when you type a lot. So that's why those are some very good stretches. Again, those are just examples. Those are endless list of other things you could be doing. So I went through what you can do in the morning, and then I also went through what you do in the afternoon, on my own time. Fantastic. All right. So what you can also do. So the very last one is going to be what you can do before bed, which I know a handful of you are looking at me like, why would you need to do a stretch or workout before bed? Like, isn't that kind of what the point of going to bed is, so that your body can reset? Well, yes and no, because that's actually where the saying "you're gonna feel that in the morning" comes from. Because although yes, your body does relax when you sleep, it does allow your body to reset in a sense. It is possible for it to reset improperly. Because how you want to think of it is, especially those of us that have muscle injuries, they have a sprain or inflammation. Um, the reason why you have that mild muscle pain or whatever it may be, inflammation, is because of the damage that ensues. But it's also because of that you do not feel it as much. So, for example, if you have, you just did a muscle injury, you just did a workout, you did a lot of bicep curls, you don't feel a lot of the pain in your arms at that moment because of the extra blood flow, because of the adrenaline. When you go to sleep, all that adrenaline, all that extra blood flow begins to drain, which as a result, you start feeling all of those extra muscle fibers that have been broken or happen to be tangled. So because they don't have all that extra, blood flow or what have you, that's when you start feeling that pain. So again, I can go through different exercises, but what I'm gonna specifically go with is something that the general public suffers from, which is neck pain. So especially when you sleep, it's possible, even when you sleep, a lot of people wake up with neck pain. So What this is going to do is that this can actually help alleviate that neck pain, especially if you have a really bad pillow. This can, like I said, in a way kind of alleviate whatever pain you may experience in the morning. So what I want you to do is just simply heels to shoulders, side to side. Okay. So as much as you can, try not to tense up your shoulders. So just let your arms hang. So just side to side. Then what I like to do is I like to take a deep breath in when I bring it over to the side, and then deep breath out as I let it sink. So that way, this gives my neck muscles or my shoulders time to relax. Because although yes, you could go side to side, try to crack your neck, you're not focusing on the vertebrae. You're focusing on the surrounding muscles. So you can also go side to side. So again, little by little, give those muscles time to relax as you pull them. And also go down and up. And this one, if you want to, then with all of these actually, if you want to add a little bit extra persuasion, you can use your hands. Give yourself a little push and a hold. So same thing with this one, you can pull it to the side a little. Same with side to side, you can give yourself a little push. And the last one, big circle. I don't know if you guys can hear that crack, but yeah, see, it just goes to show, even with all those other stretches I did, it's still possible to miss a couple spots. And there you go. So with that, hopefully it will help loosen up the tension that's on your neck. So when you do go to sleep, it'll help your neck relax a little bit, or assuming your pillow isn't adding to whatever neck pain you have, it'll help alleviate whatever pain you may possibly wake up with in the morning. So yeah, that's my whole spiel. Again, thank you everybody for tuning in. Yep, so thank you everybody for tuning in, and right now I'm gonna pass it over to Dr. Giro. So go ahead and take a look at the comments down below, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Again, thank you to the Fit Cosplayer for hosting this marathon. Feel free to follow my page down below, Stitched Up Bodyworks. You can also find it on Facebook and Instagram, Facebook and TikTok. And also follow Jiminy Kids, the gym where I am the ninja coach. Thank you again, everybody, and I will see you guys in the next one. And if you guys have any other questions, want me to elaborate on anything else, you have anything you want me to particularly help you with, again, feel free to DM me, and I will do my best to help you guys out. Alright, see you guys in the next one. Bye.